If you're feeling stuck with moving forward as a multi-passionate person, this video series is for you. I'll be sharing psychology-informed, tactical tools to help you gain clarity and take action. And you'll also know how to sew a bikini before summer ends. So by the end of the series, you'll have strategies to channel your beautiful, chaotic energy and have a bikini hopefully ready before your next vacation. And a link to all the sewing tools that I'm using for this bikini is in the description box. So first, as I mentioned before in other YouTube videos, a while back before I returned to posting on YouTube, I was stuck. And the thought of doing YouTube is what I call that white shadow, which is this positive type of idea / thought that basically just followed me around for years. Now, when I completed my master's degree in counseling psychology with an emphasis in marriage and family therapy, I felt very uncertain about my channel's direction. I knew I didn't want to just choose one niche because I genuinely loved both DIY and psychology. I just didn't know how to merge them together in an authentic way. And I started feeling so just confused and discouraged that I was thinking maybe I should just do something else entirely instead of YouTube. And that's when these solution-focused questions that I'm about to share with you helped me gain the clarity I needed about what direction felt right to me. So I decided to try something. I used some self-reflection techniques that are commonly discussed in therapeutic literature. So I use some journaling prompts anyone can access to help gain personal clarity. But before we get to the questions, let me first show you some of the sewing tools we're gonna need to sew this bikini. We will need 4-way stretch fabric, your main fabric, and then the lining if you choose. And I purchased both the main fabric and the lining fabric from stylemakers.com. And again, that link will be in the description box. You will need 1/4 of an inch cotton swimwear elastic, a stretch needle, and I'm using a rotary cutter, but this is completely optional. If you don't want to use a rotary cutter, you can just use your standard fabric cutting scissors. And of course, you need your bikini pattern. These small scissors I'm using are not mandatory. These are optional. A pin cushion and some needles, or you can use Wonder Clips. And as you know, you're gonna later need that sewing machine. Okay, now back to those self-reflection questions. I'm a big journaling enthusiast, so I wrote down some prompts in my journal, and these questions draw from what we call solution-focused approaches, techniques that focus on identifying goals and building on existing strengths rather than dwelling on problems. Wrote those questions in my journal. I did not answer them until maybe it was like a day or two later. Okay, how to just get my protein shake here. Peanut butter banana, by the way, unsweetened almond milk. So I'll share my responses that I put for the prompt so that you can see in the end how it helped me gain clarity and take action. So the first question I wrote down in my journal was, what are your best hopes for making a change within this situation? And just for clarity, within this situation, meaning about feeling stuck. Okay, so my first question was, and remember I gave myself a day or two, I came back and then I wrote the answers to these questions. So my answer was that I would have accountability as I work towards rebuilding old habits and working towards new goals. My second question was, what difference are you hoping that would make? And I put, I'm hoping I would be getting physically stronger and increasing my income and being more patient and doing things with love. So then with my third question, I asked, instead of feeling like you're not getting anywhere, what would you like to feel? So I put, I would like to feel good about my actions and feeling healthier and stronger. And my fourth question was, suppose one night while you were asleep, there was a miracle and this problem was solved. How would you know? What would be different? So I put, I'd be working for myself and I'd be doing more artistic projects and posting more on YouTube. I'd be sharing content to inspire people and help them work towards happiness and fulfillment in their lives. I'd also help them work towards their dreams. Just to be clear, these are self-reflection tools and of course not actual therapy. If you are dealing with significant mental health concerns, persistent feelings of being stuck, or other challenges that are impairing your daily functioning, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional in your area. So throughout the series, I'll share what I learned from the self-reflection process, along with other research-backed strategies for multi-passionate people. And by the final episode, we'll both have something tangible to show for work. Clarity for you and a finished bikini for me, and maybe even you too. And if you haven't already noticed, me answering those questions allowed me to take that first step. Notice in there wasn't some elaborate YouTube strategy, but there was some clarity on what would my ideal day in the life look like? What would I be doing more of? I really painted the picture, and for me, that was posting more consistently on YouTube, which, well, you're here and you can kind of see according to when I posted these videos that I have been doing at least for a few months now. So sometimes it just goes to show that you only need the first step. You don't necessarily have to have the full plan.
And just like these sewing bikini pieces, after answering some of your reflection questions, you should have a nice foundation to start with, giving you some clarity for the first step to take. Now let's clean up the fabric for these bikini pieces here. And here's what all the pieces should look like. And don't forget, you're also gonna wanna cut out the lining for your bikini.
So I hope this video is helpful. This also gives you the time to purchase your bikini materials, and I will see you in the next post while we start working on the straps and maybe even the triangle top. Plus, I'll also be sharing with you some more practical tools where you can gain clarity and work towards the life of your dreams. See you in the next post.